What's up? What's up? We're gonna wait for some people to get on here. Let everyone file in. What up? What up, Joey?
Ripping DeFi defenders hard tonight. You're gonna stream, right?
Already streaming. Did you put in the crypto maniacs too?
I didn't put it on any Facebook chats. I just put it in all of the Telegram links. One second, I'm trying to fix
All right, I'll be right back. While I wait on people.
on is having yeah. Sweet. There. What's up, Alicia? What's up? What's up? Wait for people to get logged on, guys. We're streaming to the YouTube channel, the DeFi Defenders YouTube channel as well. So who we got on? Don W. What's up, Don W? Andrew, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
What up? What up? What up?
Hello, Julie, Kuko. Paolo, what's up? Alicia, what's up? What's up, everybody? What is going on? Excited. Get excited for some crypto talk. Spread the word. Free class. Caesar, I'm going to come into your office really quick.
Access denied. All right, guys. So what's up? What's up? Hope everyone's night's going well. Thank you for everyone that reached out to me. I've been going through a lot of stuff these last few days. Quite hectic. Lost my dog and just other stuff. So so I think with these AMAs, we're gonna start doing these weekly. Well, we are doing them weekly. Typically, Alex or Junior Pips will be doing them. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a topic as well, so you guys can ask questions, but at least we'll have some substance, something new to cover. Maybe metaverse game or something like this. What I'm going over today, which is a DAO. So let's go ahead and dive into DAO. What is a DAO? And I would have had something prepared for you guys, but this is last minute that I'm picking it up. So what is a DAO? DAO is decentralized autonomous organization. All right. One of the major features of digital currencies is that they're decentralized. This means that they're not controlled. Blah blah blah. We don't need that. Inspired. All right. So they came up with an idea for a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO, in 2016. All right. So understanding it. It's an organization that was designed to be automated or decentralized. So act as a form of venture capital fund based on open source code and without a typical management structure or board of directors. To be fully decentralized, the DAO was unaffiliated with any particular nation state, though it made use of the Ethereum network. So why make an organization like the DAO? The developers of the DAO believed they could eliminate human error or manipulation of investor funds by placing decision-making power in the hands of an automated system and a crowdsourced process. Fueled by Ether, the DAO was designed to allow investors to send money from anywhere in the world anonymously. The DAO would then provide those owners tokens, allowing them voting rights on possible projects. All right, so there's different forms of DAOs, but essentially what a DAO is if you're a token holder, then you're able, and some there you go. Sometimes you have to hold a certain amount of tokens, or if you hold more tokens, your vote is worth more, right? Like someone that has $10 in a project, vote should not matter the same as someone who has $100,000 in a project, right? So when you connect, let's go to EarnHub. All right, let's go to the DAO. All right. So EarnHub, guys, was SafeEarn, and we recently covered this. They had their upgrade. So if you guys were in this gem that we called out, I put $300 in. I pulled out 2,800 back in. We got in around June or July, and then I pulled out 2,800 like a month later. So I pulled out 10x. So I pulled out my initial plus 9 times what I put in, and I still had a lot riding. So that's part of that pool pay ride. So if you're part of our e-course, then you know that you should know about the pool pay ride, where we teach you guys how to pull out your initials and pay yourself some profits, and then let some tokens ride. So the ones that I had ride was worth about $5,000 before the upgrade, and then since the upgrade they're worth about, and it's been fluctuating between $25,000 to $30,000. Again, this is all from $300, guys. So now they have a DAO system. So they had some issues. So if you're familiar with this project, there were some issues with the contract. A lot of people thought it was a scam, it was a honeypot, but it was just really issues with the code. So they're figuring that all out. And what we've been doing is we've actually been voting through this DAO, right? So that means the token holders automatically can vote on functions that are in the code, right? So this is a little bit technical, but this is something to look forward to if you're not quite familiar. Let's just look transaction hash. Let's see. Oh, Jade. Okay, so we have Jade. This is the one that we're just looking at. Okay. So within the contract, you have different functions. Which actually I think here. Okay, so these are different types of functions, right? Allowance, balance of, decimal, circulating supply, index, initializer, nonces, policy, staking contract. So you can actually vote on these different functions in the contract. It's all within the code. So if you're one of these holders, right, if you go here, if you're one of these holders, then you have the ability to vote on the DAO. You have the ability to control what function is going to happen within the contract. So if we go to the DAO here, So the first proposal is, do we resume trading? So I voted on this. So do we resume trading with the same token, or do we redeploy all the contracts and start anew and refund everybody? So obviously, there's crazy price pressure when this launched and it went really, really high. So let's pull that up. EarnHub. HB. What? Hold on 1 second. That's right. They might not have buying on right now, so it might not pull up. Gotta be a way I can look it up though. Let's pull this up. Main EarnHub. Let's see if I can find the contract real quick. New contract. Boom. All right. So as you guys can see, this chart is beautiful. I do not want to start this all over, with the negative price pressure. I'd rather be able to take out some profits and then, maybe reinvest as this thing dips, because it will dip. The first time what we did was to resume trading, right? So what happened here was you go to the website, right, of the DAO, and you're going to connect your wallet that has the tokens in it. All right. So the wallet that I have on here is not the ones that I have tokens on. It's on Trust Wallet. I think I would have to do it. Let's see. Wallet connect. So I can show you guys. But I did already vote. Let's go to Trust Wallet. Okay, there we go. All right, so just to make sure, so yeah, you guys can see here $26,000 that I have in upgraded tokens. Remember, I put in 300 and I only pulled out, but I pulled out a 10x. I pulled out almost $3,000 already. So I could lose all this and not care because I already profited on this token, but it's still going. The bag that I left to ride is now almost $30,000 from a $300 investment 4 or 5 months ago. Okay, so as a holder, now you can see that it's connected to my wallet. I can actually vote, right? So I already voted. I voted to start sell fee at 35%. So it's not too crazy. And you can see here that this is all through the holders. So about 45% have voted for this. 10% have voted for 41. Less than 2% voted for 47. And then the next runner up is almost 35%. Want to have 53%. Sell fees. So what's happening here is these functions are automatically coded into the contract. So whatever wins here in 2 days, 20 hours, 31 minutes, and 56 seconds will automatically be put into the contract. Okay, so if we decide as a community, as holders, people who are actually invested in this token, that 35% will be the sell fee, and then it'll decrease to 17% over 30 days, then this is what's going to be put automatically or autonomously into the contract. Okay, so again, the DAO is removing human error or manipulation of investor funds. So they could have very easily said, "Hey guys, we're going to do 53%, or we're going to do 47%, or we're going to do 41%," like a lot of these other projects. Or they could have just took a simple poll in their Telegram and did it that way. But this way is a lot more secure because I can send a poll out to other people and manipulate it, right? What you can't manipulate is the holders. You would have to buy and hold the tokens in order to vote in this. Okay, so this is the perfect example of what a DAO is. So we've already done resume trading. So this is now closed, and then this is the current one, and it'll be closed soon. So as these go throughout the lifetime of this contract, the developers of EarnHub, the moderation team, they can propose different things along the way. And guess what? As holders, we get to vote. We get to have a say in what our investment does by having a DAO. All right, does anyone have any questions on that? Let me look at the chat real quick. Nope. Okay. What's up? What's up, Stefan? So this is essentially a DAO. It's putting power into the hands of investors, guys. Instead of there being a board of directors or a small group of people making decisions for, let's see what EarnHub is. So 2,000 holders have EHB, but there's also all the upgraders. So there's probably about 8 to 10,000 people that have this token. So instead of them making the decisions with a DAO, connecting your wallet and being a holder, you have the power as an investor to make decisions based on whatever options that they put. And these are all automatic. So if this ends up winning, the code, right? The code in the contract for the selfies is going to be changed automatically to 35%, and then it'll decrease, right? So it's automatic, autonomous. That's what the DAO stands for, right? Decentralized autonomous organization. So by being involved in this and being a holder and an investor, you actually have a say in what this is doing. So I think this is going to be more of a widespread thing. I think this is going to become more popular because, me personally as an investor, I love having a voice. This is what this represents to me, is having a voice and being a decision maker in upgrades to the contract or decisions. I'd much rather have a say in it than just let people handle it. You know what I mean? So that's what a DAO is. And then I'm going to go to Jade Protocol, which is also a DAO. It's a fork of the Olympus DAO. Olympus DAO. What, this thing crash or what? Okay, yeah, I don't. This is probably not the right one. I think it's on ETH or something, and this is just the BSC version. But it's a fork of one of the most popular DAOs. It made a lot of people millionaires, right? So there's a lot of these different coins that are coming out that are forking Olympus DAO and doing different things, and they have all crazy APYs. Like, I think Olympus had like 10K or 20K APY. There's another one called what is it called? Metaverse Pro. So actually, you see here it has DAO, right? So I'm going to click that DAO. Oh, I don't know why I would go through there. Let's go to the app. All right. So as you can see, very similar. This has 370,000 APY. All right. Stake not working. Oh, all right. I have to connect the wallet, so I'll just connect anyone. All right, perfect. So you can see here that your next reward yield, if you were holding this, you'd get just under 1%, so it's about a day. But 5 days, you're getting 11, almost 12% back. That is insane. So one of the ways that these type of things work with the DAO, there's different things that you can vote on, but there's also the preset, like a predefined type of way that this is going to be held, and that's how the DAO runs autonomously. So they have a rebase where the next rebase is in 49 minutes, and they break down everything from the market cap, the staking total value locked, how much Jade was bought and burned, the supply, staking return since start, treasury balance, and then they have these bonds. So what you're able to do with the bond is you're actually able to buy Jade cheaper. So you see here 375, 380, 385. Right? If we go back to, or if we go to buy, or actually we'll go to dashboard, Jade's price is 479. So by getting a bond with this, you're going to pay $375.36 in BUSD. You're going to get 27.73 ROI. And then after a period, you'll be able to use that to release the bond and receive the Jade at a cheaper price. And then you can come here and stake that Jade. So I have 0.34 of a Jade, so I'll probably bump it up a bit. But as you can see here, we're getting 23% ROI at 5-day rates. So I'm earning about $7 a day on $167 amount, and I think I only put in like 130, so it's already up. But if we did $7 a day times 30, it's $210 for doing nothing, and for the year is $2,500. But the thing is, as this grows, right, more money grows, that this price is going to increase. As this goes to 200, it's not going to be $8 a day, $10 a day, $15 a day. Or if you invested more, let's say if I had 1,600 in here, I'd be making $70 a day, which is about $2,000 a month. So this is something I wanted to cover, just kind of showing you guys some of these things. There's a dope video here we can watch that kind of goes over some of the things from this organization. But yeah, APYs like this are insane, and I was like kind of hesitant because they're not really sustainable. But the way that this DAO works with the bonds and staking platform, it actually has what's the word I'm looking for? Some, not relevance, some I can't think of the word. Significance. There we go. That has some significance. Let me see where this is backed. Total backed by. And you could also see right here bond discount. So you're getting a discount by doing the bond. So this treasury balance right here is how much that they have locked up in the treasury. So that's really what is backing it. And then I forgot where it shows the amount of backing per Jade. Calculator maybe. Oh, okay. So here we go to vote. Right here, this is the DAO, guys, right? We just went over this with EarnHub over here, how we're able to vote as a token holder, right? Because it is a DAO. So here we have, again, we have one that's closed test proposal. Would you rather live in a beach bungalow or a logwood? So they were testing this out to see, if everything was working properly. So right now, it's saying, it's asking us as investors, would you like to allocate 15% of treasury for hyper growth and funding a bigger team? You, the Jade community, will vote on whether or not 15% of our treasury will be used for these benefits. And we can click into here and it has all the information. So I can connect my wallet here. You guys can see this happen live. So let's go ahead and read through this all the way. All right. So you, the Jade community, will vote on whether or not 15% of our treasury will be used for these benefits. Aggressively growing our team. We want to continue bringing in geniuses from all over the world. Priority number one is expanding our dev team. Allowing our team to quit their day job. Several devs still have a day job, and some are even running an entire businesses. Incentivizing them to go all in with us will require capital. So they're going to pay their expenses for 3 to 6 months or something like that, to where these guys can actually quit their day jobs and put more time into the project. All right. So all uses of the growth fund will be on a public ledger. A link will be posted on our Gitbook. So this is transparency, so you'll see how they're utilizing that 15% they're proposing here. If this vote passes, we believe it will be significantly positive impact on Jade ecosystem. More industry-leading devs we can hire, a full-time, round-the-clock committed team. So we believe the price impact of this decision is incredibly bullish. We're thinking about 10+ year future of our ecosystem. Having a reliable way to attract the smartest people to fully commit is critical. Dedicating 15% of our treasury is our solution. For full details, see our forthcoming Medium post here. So we could always click here and dive further in. But honestly, I'm in favor for it because it's bullish. But you can see here that these are different votes. So you guys will see mine is ending in F533. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a DAO right in front of you guys. So I'm in favor, and I'm gonna vote here. So my voting power, it shows me my voting power. Again, like someone who has $10 worth of of a token compared to someone who has thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's not going to be weighted the same. So those larger investors actually have more voting power, right? Not crazy amounts, but they have more voting power. Okay, so I'm going to vote here, and I'm about to do the signature requests. It just said my vote is in. So right here it says you in favor, 0.33. So it says right here, 5,510 people have voted. We can see here a lot of people are voting in favor, in favor, in favor. This one doesn't have the percentage. Yeah, this one doesn't have the percentage like the other ones. I don't think. Oh, yeah, right here it does. So right now the current results are 94% in favor. All right. Out of so 100,000 for or in favor, and then 14,000 not. And this is weighted by the amount of Jade that you hold. So you can see here, not in favor is the least amount. All right, so we just successfully completed a DAO vote. So as an investor in this project, guys, I just decided to say, hey, take 15% of your treasury and grow your team. You know what I mean? Make this a more viable project, get more geniuses on board, have these guys quit their day job. I want you guys all in because you know what? I'd rather take a little bit of a hit now on my investment, but long term, it's going to be better because a lot more people are working, you know, within this ecosystem and creating, you know, more features or maybe better marketing, you know, whatever the case may be. All right. So that is a DAO. And then, like I said, we covered the staking. Staking is, you know, this with these type of things is insane. This is 383 million. So it's not, this is not like actual, because if you put in like $1, like you'd be a millionaire at the end of the year. So we'll have to do a video and break this down because I don't know it off the top of my head. But I do know we're making about 23% every 5 days. So let's look here. All right, awesome. So does anyone have any questions on what a DAO is? A decentralized autonomous organization. Between those two examples, between EarnHub, all right, and the one I just did in front of you guys with Jade. Does anyone have any questions on how it works, what it is? You know, I want to make sure that you guys understand these things, not just kind of going one ear and one out the other. I think DAO is the future. I think a lot of projects are going to be, if not forced to do it, that some people may not even favor investing in projects that don't have DAOs. You know what I mean? DAOs being in control, or not even in control, but having a say, like we just did here. It's like, hey, yeah, I'd like you to pay your people more and have them quit their day job, so my investment long term blooms. That to me is a no brainer, just like it is to 95%, almost 95% of the other holders. So farming. No, it's not like farming because you're not pairing together liquidity pairs or nothing like that. Staking is simply almost like what you do with your savings account is you put money in there and then, you know, at the end of the year, you get maybe 0.5% or 1%. What you're doing here is you're allocating these tokens and you're locking them up for a certain period of time. And you're getting rewarded for holding, for staking. So instead of getting 0.5% or 1% a year, you're getting ridiculous returns like 1.3% a day or 23% in a 5-day rate. So over time, as more people invest and the market cap goes up, this is going to go down and down and down and down and down until it's like maybe, you know, 100,000 or 10,000%. You know what I mean? So yeah, having a say in something you invest in is great. Yeah, that's the same way I think, and that's why I think DAOs will be the future. I definitely think these type of projects, a lot of people are going to seek them out because having that say in the project and just knowing that it can't be manipulated because it has to go through the DAO. Any changes in the contract has to go through the DAO, and it's left up to the holders. It's not, you know, the developer team, or, you know what I mean? So in order for anything to happen, it has to pass a vote and it has to go through this process, just like we did. So I like it a lot. And one of the unique things is with these bonds, like this here, you could add LP, so that would be similar to farming, Stefan. But this is very simple. I could simply buy, you know, go to PancakeSwap, buy some Jade. All right, I could buy some here. Oh, what? All right, so I could come here and I could buy some Jade. All right, and then I would simply just come here and go to stake. Make sure your wallet's connected, and then you would do max or however much you want to stake, and then you click the stake button, and then you're generating a percentage on your money, on your investment. So nothing like farming. Very, very simple. Nothing to worry about with all that stuff. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to go over DAOs with you guys, show you some of the stuff that I've been looking over. Like I said, I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, but I stepped in for Alex. Definitely don't want classes getting canceled and stuff like that. We want to, pour into you guys and show you a lot of this knowledge that we have in this space. We've been working on it in the background. So, Metaverse Pro is another one. So if you guys want to look into that, Metaverse Pro, and then also Jade Protocol. If you guys find any like these, you could simply type in Google. Let's go to Olympus DAO works. So Wonderland Time, I believe, Crypto Hunter or Devin did a video on that for you guys. So these are some of the most popular ones, and who knows, Jade Protocol could become one in Metaverse Pro as well. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the content I have prepared for you guys. Any questions you have related to it, you can answer now, and any other questions, anything you're struggling with, how to move money around, or how to set up your wallet, anything like that, I can go ahead and answer for you guys. Stop shot.
There's a few in the chat.
All for DAO, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's gonna be like a requirement for me, honestly.
Did you see the few of the questions in the chat? I think there's like two of them there. Stefan, well, it was just Stefan.
Yeah, I already answered that.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was working on something on the other screen.
So, yeah, Crow app, Coinbase should have DAO. I think everything should have DAO. You said as more people invest in the project, then the ROI goes. Yes. As more people invest, the ROI goes down. Because when I started, this thing was over 1 billion%. So it was pretty crazy. And I didn't start that long ago. I don't know. I think it was like a week and a half ago or so, or maybe less than that. Yeah, because they can't sustain this with more and more people. They're not going to be able to sustain the. I mean, I don't even know how this is sustained, but it's working, so I don't care. But yeah, the more and more people come in, it's going to go down and down and down and down. But yeah, maybe if we refresh it, it might go down. Yeah, see, it was at 383, so now it's at 374. So over time, this APY is going to go down. Valicia, I have Trust Wallet, but I have an iPhone. How do you hook it up to MetaMask? So let's go to, I believe, I don't know if I did it on the phone. Let me make sure real quick. So for those of you that are not not a member of Dynasty Exchange, unfortunately you don't get access to the e-course. You get access to some free stuff on our YouTube, but this is our actual e-course for Forex here, and then this is the one for DeFi Defenders. And this is our calendar where all of the projects are hosted, so you guys can know what projects we're looking upcoming, the date, the time, all that stuff, the information, website, Telegram. But I do believe it's under novice. Let's go to the crypto e-course. So introduction, started on crypto, getting set up, setting up digital wallets. And then this bird put it. Right? So what you're gonna do, Valisa, is you're gonna download MetaMask on your iPhone, and then you could follow this video. Even though it's for desktop, it's the same thing on the phone, just in a different format, But still the same thing. Setting up your secret key and all that stuff. I go over all that, and it's a dead wallet, so I don't care. And then also setting up your Binance Smart Chain. So we actually have the network name, RPC URL, all the stuff that you need right here for you to put in. And you put that in, you save, and then you'll have the BSC network on the MetaMask. So first step would be for you to download MetaMask to your iPhone. follow this video, and then once you're set up with that, that's pretty much it. You need to transfer in BSC from your Trust wallet, because MetaMask does not have a DEX where you can swap, the regular BNB to BSC. You have to do that on your Trust, but once you get it in there, that's all you need on your MetaMask. And just for some other people, if you want to see some of the other topics that we have here, how to be whitelisted for pre-sales, taking a call out, pre-sales, private sales, fair launches, how to buy on PancakeSwap, KuCoin. So we really go in depth in the e-course. Go back to the dashboard. You guys can see here, we go through all different types of security and scams, how to spot rug pulls, honeypots, being added to scam Telegram groups, what are dusting attacks, protecting your coins, risk management, profit prosperity. So this one is the one that goes over the pull pay ride, like, how to pull out your initial, pay yourself some profit, and then let some ride. Kind of like what I did with that 300. I pulled out about 3 grand, and then now I have almost 30 grand from what I let ride. So very, very important stuff, guys. You guys will get this in the e-course. All right, we got lingo, we got trends, all different types of stuff. And we're going to be adding to this and really putting everything in. So I'm going to have a whole DAO. I'm going to have a DAO part 2. So what we just went over with the DAO and get really in depth with DAOs, metaverse, NFTs, all that good stuff. Let's look at these. Can I get Binance in New York? I don't know. I know New York is one of the most stringent crypto places. You may have to just try to get an address elsewhere. Maybe try one of those physical addresses, but it's like a virtual address. You pay like $10 a month for it, and you can send like a piece of mail. You can maybe send like a bank statement or something like that, tie it to that address. And then when you set up a Binance account or something like that, you can just use that address. So there should be a way around that, Elisa. Or you could always move out of New York. I've been slacking a bit on buying these tokens, but are they still being purchased through Trust Wallet? You can still purchase them through Trust Wallet. I recommend MetaMask because you have this feature. Let me see if I have. I do have some BNB. So I'll just buy 0.001. So one of the main things that we focus on, guys, the way that I was able to turn $300 into a $3,000 profit pullout in the first month, and then now what was left over is 30,000, was by getting in early and by making sure I got in the top position, the best positioning I could, right? So being fast and being early is very important, and with MetaMask it allows you to. So when I swap this, you're going to see I can actually speed up the transaction, and also MetaMask can be on your phone and on your desktop. I recommend, if you're really serious about this, you have a laptop or desktop, hardwire in if possible instead of Wi-Fi, and then use MetaMask. And that's, in my opinion, from what I've done, in the last year or so, has been the quickest, right? Because your phone, if you're on the 4G, 5G, there's still some sort of lag, and then also your phone is not the best processor. Sometimes your computer should be faster, right? So when I click this, I'm gonna swap here. All right, it's going to pop up here, going to tell me my fees. So I'm going to confirm. All right, so when I click this back here, it's going to pop up speed up. Boom, I can click speed up. I can add extra gas. So now that transaction is going to go further. Okay, so now, boom, it went through quicker. So if imagine if it's Black Friday, right? So me, Julie, Kuko, Brian, Valicia, Stefan, Paulo, we're all standing in line, and we want this 7,000 square foot TV, right? But there's only 3 of them, right? And after 3, you got to pay more, right? So obviously we're going to be fighting each other, clawing, trying to get in there. The same thing is what's happening when we're getting in these pre-sales, private sales, fair launches. We're trying to get the best positioning. So by having a quick way to get in and speed up a transaction to go through quicker, yeah, I might have to pay. I paid like an extra 10 cents, or maybe $1 there to speed that up. And it goes through quicker. So that's why I use MetaMask. Also, Trust Wallet has issues with iPhone, right? So if you have an iPhone, you can't even use the DApp on iPhone, right? So that's another reason why MetaMask is useful. It's just overall connectivity. You can have it on your phone and also on your desktop as an extension. So again, utilizing your desktop or laptop is going to be the quickest way to get in. Again, the most important thing, like I could have put in that $300 and I could have pulled out $1,500, right? And then I could have pulled out, or right now it could be valued at 15 grand. Still good, right? But would you rather have not done what I did? Put in 300, pull out 3 grand, and now sitting around 30 grand? I'd rather pay an extra couple dollars or even $10, $20 for my transaction to go through and for me to get in before Julie, Paolo, Stefan, Brian, you know what I mean? So that's what's very, very important, is that we're getting in so early, and speed is of the essence. Time is of the essence. So that's why I recommend MetaMask. So I still have Trust Wallet. I'll still do some stuff on there, but if it's time sensitive, if it's not like buying a dip of something that's been out already, it's going through my MetaMask. 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not going through Trust Wallet. Yeah, the PS5's been out of stock. Exactly. DXU is a lot to take in, too much content. I have trouble taking in all the sauce. I need ADHD. Yeah, man. You just try to pace yourself, because there's we have Forex, we have we have crypto. So don't do too much. Don't overdo things. Have a workbook. Have a go to the store, buy a notebook, and just really keep yourself organized on things that you want to accomplish. Like, hey, I want to get to become a better Forex trader. These are the things I'm going to need to do. This is what I'm going to study, and just keep a log of it. You know what I mean? Don't do too much. And then you always
don't try to race through it, guys. So
exactly. This is going to be a long-term thing. So you don't need to be like trying to beat yourself like, oh, I need to get through this whole course in a day or two. No. Like go through securities and scams and write stuff down. Like, okay, this is what I need to do so I don't lose money.
Like
so I don't college. Correct. So I don't get scammed and stuff like that. Write it down and repeat it and be like, okay, well, some things are one time. You watch it one time, you're good. You know what I mean? You get what the risk is. But let's say risk management. Maybe you watch risk management and I'm telling you, hey, if you have $1,000, don't invest more than $100 on any one project, and you find yourself throwing in 3, 4, 500 and you end up getting rugged, or there's an issue or something, it tanks, and then you're like, oh man, I just lost half of my portfolio. Go back and watch it, because you're not getting it. You're not understanding it. So go back and rewatch the same thing and make sure you're understanding it. We're going to have quizzes and tests and stuff, so that way you can also grade yourself as well and say, hey, well, if you tested well on a particular area, then you don't need to focus on that area. All right. So, and then the advanced section, guys, that's when we're going to get really into it. I think it's still under construction. But I've been doing a lot of... Oh, okay. So you'll see here all the different things. We're going to add a lot to this. But in the future, we'll go through at depth. This is the overview, vetting and research, technical analysis for crypto, staking, yield farming, crypto gaming, NFTs in depth, metaverse mastery, bonus content, trading crypto like spots and futures on Binance and KuCoin. And then we're also going to teach you guys how to create your own tokens, and then also how we find projects, how to find your own 100x, 10x, 20x projects, how our strategy works. So we're gonna let that simmer for a little bit. We're not going to come out the gate and show everyone what we're doing, but in the future we'll have that available so you guys can figure it out yourselves as well. So you guys can find out projects. But yeah. There. So if you're not a member, just reach out to one of us if it's something you want to do. No worries. We're not an MLM, so we're not chasing anyone. We're all about providing value and putting people in position to win. So let's check the rest of this.
I'm literally typing that up right now.
He said, man, I coasted through project. Yes, never give out your 12 key phrases. We go over that as well. Yep. The only reason why I did it in that MetaMask one was because I just wanted to show you guys everything you're going to see, and I created a dummy wallet to do that. So yeah, love the quizzes. Awesome. Is anyone else having any issues or anything with crypto Any other questions? Anything? Ask me anything.
Ask away, guys. Ask away.
Kuko, ask Brian. You are right, 100%.
What?
Read what he said.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely won't come out the same.
You are not coming out the same, man. You're gonna be just like me.
You'll see things way differently.
3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm finding stuff like this. I'm finding projects to invest in that like 10x, 20x. You know, it's really hard to put down, man. It's just like crack. For real. But, you know, it's a good thing. There's way worse things you could be addicted to than crypto, that's for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, if you guys aren't, like, don't feel bad. Like, if you're not quite getting something and you're still trying to understand something, like, this is the place to be. Especially this being a free class. Like, you know, some people might want to get their feet wet before really becoming a DX member, DeFi Defender member. Feel free to ask your questions. Get set up. Make sure your wallets are good. You know, how do I take out a call out from you? See, like, what's a pre-sale? You know, some of you guys have access to the e-course, some of you guys don't. So some of those questions might be good for you since you don't have access. What should we be trying to do right now with the market down? Just hold and buy the dips. Yeah, you can hold and buy the dips. I mean, I'm still looking for projects. I just had a lot of personal stuff over the last, was it like 12 days or so? Like, as soon as I was ready to get back in the ring, like something else happened. My dog died and some other craziness happened. But no, I mean, what our strategy works in a up or down market because what we're doing is we're getting in projects. Luna. I don't know if any of you guys were lucky enough to get into Lunar when we called it. But it like you didn't even have to get into the pre-sale because I missed the pre-sale, but I invested after that. All right, so getting in pre-sale is getting in before before this thing even takes off, right? But you didn't even need to do that because on this dip right here, it goes from 255. Okay, so 2550, which is around here. Around this area right here would have been a 10x, and then 2550, so maybe 6 something would be, or mid 5s would be about 20x. So this thing went for about 15x or so from a dip, yeah, right, from this dip up to the height up here, right? Went about 10 to 15x. So if you had $100, you have you would have had 1,000 to 1,500 within, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Or if you had $1,000, you would have had $10,000 to $15,000 in that amount of time. So regardless if the market is in a downtrend or not, what we're doing is we're investing in projects that are new, right? They're launching from pre-sale, private sale, whatever. And even if the market is going down, BNB could be going down, but investors are hopping in this project. They want to get in early, right? They want to put that $100 in SHIB and become a millionaire, just like some other people did. All right, so it doesn't matter if the market's going down or not because we're investing in projects that are just starting out. So technically, the market's non-existent to these tokens. Even if we're using BNB for liquidity, doesn't matter because guess what? If 1,000 people come in or 10,000 people come in as investors, this thing is going to go up. All right. Now, if BNB is going up at the same time as investors, then this just would have went maybe instead of a 10 to 15x, would have went for 25 to maybe 20 to 25x. Right. So it doesn't really matter that the market's going down when you're getting in projects at the very beginning. But yes, if there's certain projects that you're bullish on long term that you really like, buy the dips. You know, if you got in, let's say if you got into this one and you bought here, right, and you sold some up here and now it's down and you really believe in this long term, buy some more. And it drops down, buy a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's really dependent on your risk appetite. I appreciate it, Stefan. I you know, I don't really want to get into too much personal stuff, but let's just say last night was a real testing night. All right. extremely. So, appreciate you guys, man. Sorry that I had to take some time off, but there's no way I was going to be able to be in the right state of mind to trade and call out trades for people at that time. So, all right,
Okay,
Coco.
Ceez,
Yes.
looking at this chart, when you're saying to buy, when you're doing this, are you saying go into KuCoin and actually, like, say if we're like trading on MC4, buy?
Nope.
Or buy the coin?
Buy the coin. That would be like spot trading.
Okay.
So what you would do is, I use KuCoin primarily instead of PancakeSwap. But if you go to KuCoin, you can click here on trade, and you just have to have some BNB. So I could buy some here. All right, I'll buy some just to buy some. Buy a 0.01 of Lunar. So I just buy. So I'm swapping my BNB here for Lunar. And if I want to speed it up, which it doesn't matter because it didn't just launch, but just to show you again, boom, now I'm going to make it go through faster. So you'll see this balance pop up. Boom. So while everyone else is still trying to get in on those other projects, I'd be getting in before them if they didn't do the same thing. All right. So I just bought some there. So we're buying and holding the coin to answer you specifically.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Now we will be doing spot trading, futures, what's the other one? Indices. So there's crypto indices. There's a lot of stuff that's coming for crypto as it expands. We don't want to throw too much all at once at you guys, but in the end, we're gonna have every single thing that's crypto related in our e-courses and our classes. And we have a few tricks up our sleeve for what we want to do for our university as well. But we're going to cover all bases. No stone will be left unturned.
Okay. So like when you're talking about dealing with the pre-sale, and I hear when you talk about whitelist and all that kind of stuff, what is exactly do we need to do in order to get into that?
Okay. Are you a DX member? This is Troy, right? You're a DX member, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so here, I'll show you. Let's go here. This would be the best way to do it. I'll cover it as well briefly, but the best way, because I have it laid out here. Taking action. So under the taking action part in the novice crypto prestige course, you're gonna have how to buy on PancakeSwap and KuCoin, which you may already know. And then it's gonna go over pre-sales, private sales, fair launches, and launches. So if you click on this, it's gonna take you through a 37-minute video, which goes in depth on these. Created the large, it's like the BF for a short period of time, so that becomes you'll have a launch. All right. Hold on a second. So the benefits of a private sale is getting in at the lowest possible point with the best discount of tokens at a ground floor opportunity. So sale, Binance Smart Chain 8,000, raised 98 bots, but unfortunately, going rate. Those are typically hosted on DX. No one got this clock. I remember the first time I seen it. I'm just so now it's on. So actually, I use DXL in here, but I also have one for PinkCell. How to actually participate in one. What they are, how to press the buttons and actually get into it, and then also right here you'll see how to get whitelisted. So if you're not whitelisted for a project, which is kind of the meta right now, and meta means the standard for the industry. All these pre-sales for the most part are whitelisted. So you have to either win a whitelist, like through Sweep widget, what I show in here. You have to win a contest. Like sometimes they'll say, hey, make the best meme for our project, and we'll select 10 winners for whitelisting. Or you could be on something like this, what we're doing right now, which is an AMA, where you ask questions about the project. So let's say if it was Jade, you could say, hey, how is this 374 million percentage sustainable? And then they'll answer, and they'll select a few good questions to give out whitelisting. But you as a member, you can actually go in here in depth, watch these videos, and really understand it. And it's all laid out. And then if you have any questions, feel free to go. Where is it, Brian? Ask instructor.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so you go to ask instructor here and say, hey, Ceez, I went through the whole whitelisting thing. I don't quite understand it, blah, blah, blah. And it'll get sent to, I mean, not necessarily me, but it'll get sent to one of the instructors. But that would be the best way to go through this and really just take some notes and play around with it. Go to pink cell. So this is the primary one that we're using now. A lot of the projects will go on here. So this, if we were to invest in this, this pre-sale right here, it's saying that it ends in 1 day, 16 hours. This is the amount of BNB that has already been raised. And this is the limit of BNB. It will not accept 301, 320. Once it hits 300 BNB, it's closed, right? The max amount that you can put in is 3 BNB. The minimum amount you could put is a 0.2. So if you had your wallet connected, you could put a 0.2 here, and then you could buy, which I don't have. I don't really have any money in this burner wallet. But you would click that, you would buy, and then you would have, it would say your amount of tokens, right? And then you would have to wait for the project to launch to add liquidity to it. Once that happens, there'll be a little button here that says claim. Once you click that, those tokens will get sent to your wallet. And then you can sell them, transfer them, do whatever you want. All right. But yeah, definitely go to the e-course and look at those specifics. And if you have any questions after that, feel free to either message in the telegrams or ask instructor, and we'll get you taken care of.
Okay.
Let's see. Where do you look for new projects to get in at? I mean, all over, Frank. I mean, if you're looking why I'm doing this, what do you see on the screen that could show me other projects, advertisements? So sometimes I'll see something that piques my interest. Shibainu, nah. I mean, this thing could oh wait, 100x in 4 days. See, that's something that I would be like, Shibainu. I'm not really into the in-use and the doges. I want utility, and this just shows that it's like a reflection type of project. But I could click on here, and I can look into this. Look into this project. Look at all the different aspects of it, the redistribution, liquidity pool, all the information, and make a determination on whether or not I think this is a good project, right? You guys will actually get to learn this in the Adept Prestige e-course. We have vetting and research. So I didn't add it yet. So a lot of this stuff needs to be added. Yeah, Metaverse Master. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be added. But under here, we're going to have vetting and research. So you guys will actually learn, what we look for in projects, how to discern, hey, is this a good one? A lot of people may not know, and they'll just base it off of a few factors. Maybe the name. Oh, the website looks cool. Or there's a cool video. But we take it to a whole nother level and take it scientific, and understanding what redistribution is, what auto liquidity pool is, what does a 50% burn mean, massive marketing. So 4% of every transaction is allocated to marketing. So that means every single $100 that comes in, was that $4 of it is going to go towards marketing, right? So that's going to help the project reach other investors, because more investors means that there's more money coming in, which means the market cap increases, which means your investment increases. So we're going to break all that stuff down so you guys can actually not only know where to look for new projects at, but also how to vet them and research them. All right, Stefan, take it easy, brother. Appreciate it.
Later, Stefan.
Where does it show how much it costs? Let's see. Where do you mean? Where does it show how much it costs? Like Lunar? Like how much it costs per when you did your purchase earlier. Oh. So in here, I mean it shows that I put in a 0.01 BNB. BNB is what is BNB right now? Like $600, so this is like $6 or something. So that's just off the top of my head. And then the gas price, I paid this much in gas because I'm investing a 0.01. So, but one way you can do it, you can go here to Lunar, right? You can have whatever's up top here, Lunar, and then go to USDT. And you can see that what I have is worth about $5, just under $5. So if you wanted to do BNB and just say, hey, I want to invest 0.01, what is that in USDT? So I invested $5.58, and with the taxes, I currently have just under $5 invested in Lunar from that. So you can always flip flop it and look at the USDT, and that'll tell you in US dollars how much it is. Any stable coin. I'm a little intimidated to get in. What do you mean intimidated? Like as far as the pre-sales and stuff like that, Julie? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's okay to be intimidated, guys. Like without telling you too much, someone threatened some people that I love very dearly. And today I took action, and I actually went and bought a gun, and I went to the gun range, so you guys might have saw that. So without getting into too much, that's kind of some of the stuff I've been dealing with.
It's not for him
it
to
was,
like, go hunt somebody down or anything. Don't think that. It's
of
just
course.
to have it,
Which is-
to have,
That's why I said for protection.
Yeah.
Someone threatened two people that I love dearly, so I wanted to take the step and make sure that I could protect them. So I was a little intimidated, by holding a gun. When I was younger and stupid, I held a gun before, but it was really just stupidly, But I was actually a little intimidated at it, and the guy had to show me how to hold the gun and load it up. This is today, right? So this is an example of me being intimidated by something, and he had to watch me do it and make sure that I had it done correctly, and then took a shot, right? And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, wasn't nervous, but I was a little cautious. I was a little intimidated, right? Just like you said. But sure enough, we were there for like an hour and a half. I went and we bought so much different ammunition, and we were going back and forth between two lanes before it was done, and we're hitting targets and stuff. So it's okay to be intimidated. You're going to be intimidated the first time you drive a car. You're going to be intimidated the first time you ride a bike and you fall off of it. It's fine. Intimidation is good because that's a human reaction, right? But the way that you're going to get over that intimidation is by watching us do it, right? There's times where let's go to the YouTube. You guys will actually see us get into these. Right, so we actually did a live launch with EarnHub. We've done other ones. We did Fed Rocks. Who remembers Fed Rocks? We were on a call.
18 hours.
Yeah, it was the longest call I think we've ever done. So yeah, I think this is the latter half of it. But we will hold your hand through this process of what I'm getting over. Not only are we gonna have the pre-recorded content to show you guys how to do things, and you can go on your own pace and treat this like your Netflix, you know what I mean? Going through the video and watching how we do it. And then you can also practice with us. And when we get on these live calls or live pre-sales and stuff, you guys will see that it's really not that hard. It's intimidating, of course, because you've never done it. Anything is intimidating. How many people here have had a really simple job, like a cashier at McDonald's? I remember the first time I had it. I was in California. I was, I think I just turned 18, right? I was just under 18. I think I was 17. And I'd started a job at this McDonald's. It was actually in, what the hell is that? Big Bear Mountains. So I was way up in the mountains. I'm from South Florida, like lived most of my life in South Florida. I'm way up in the mountains. It's freezing up there. I had to take a bus, and I was completely, lost because I was nowhere near from there. I was so used to it being 80, 90 degrees all the time, and it was like 20 degrees, and I had to go to McDonald's, right? So not only just getting there, not knowing my way around was intimidating, but to start a job that I knew nothing about, and I had to get on the cash register. And the first day I was lost. Like I felt like I was stupid. People were like, "Hey, can you take cheese off of that? Can you add pickles to this?" And I'm like, hey, and I'm like talking to the guy next to me, "Hey, can you show me how to do this, and this?" But by the end of the day, start of the next day, I was, you know what I mean? It was second nature because it's really simple, but doesn't mean it doesn't intimidate you. It's the same thing as this, guys. If you guys can send a text message or, read an article on your phone or something, you guys can simply come in here, add your BNB, buy, wait until it launches, and click a button. It's literally 3-4 steps. We give you the information. We do the research for you. So it's simply clicking the link that we put for you, coming here at the right time and day to put in your amount of investment, clicking a button to buy, waiting for this project to launch, and then clicking claim. It's not hard. But again, it's understandable to be intimidating because anything you do for the first time is intimidating. Right? Do you remember your first kiss, Julie? Was that intimidating?
I do.
Were you nervous? She said. So it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to be intimidated by these things. But just a perfect example, think of what I just told you guys about EarnHub, guys. Right? Like EarnHub, I invested $300 back in June or July. I pulled out $3,000 a month later. Right now, I'm sitting on almost $30,000. So you better get over that intimidation because you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. All right? Julie, oh wait, is Judy, sorry, not Julie. For this one, Judy, right, could have been intimidated when I called out Bitrise, but she wasn't. She put her $11 in. She had up to, I think, $1,200 from that $11 investment, pulled out some, and now she has some riding. I put $75 on one of my trades. That $75 was worth over $80,000, guys. When I first got into crypto, I was super intimidated. I had to figure out everything by myself. I did not have anyone to help me. No one was walking me through. I had to figure out everything. And there was this one coin that I was trying to find to buy before it exploded because I heard about it and I thought it was a great concept. It was called what the hell is it called? It was the point of the POS system. What was it? What was it? Anyway, let me look at my wallet because I have the dead tokens though. NPSX. I don't know if you guys heard of NPSX, but I couldn't figure it out. I had to go to KuCoin, I had to do this, how to do that, and in the beginning I didn't know, and it like ended up really aggravating me because I missed out on like a 2,000% move. Within that 24 hours, me not being able to buy it, I lost a 20x. $100 would have been worth 2,000. You know what I mean? So I get it. I was there. But that's why we're here to hold your hand, guys. That's why we have all these classes. We have the essence of crypto with Joey, Professor Sparksy, so he can help you guys get everything set up. Hold your hand. Same thing like on this where I'm asking you guys, what are you struggling with? What is intimidating you? What is, what I mean? What is your drawback in this field? Let's get you plugged in. Let's get you earning. You know what I mean? I love the fact that Julie made that $1,200. I love the fact that, is Andy still on here? Andy's been one of the ones that has been aping in since the beginning of calls, and he's seen several return 20x, 30x returns. I love when I see people that are like, oh yeah, man, I got in the docs call that you did, and that's up over 30x. You know what I mean? I want everyone to share that though. I don't want just 2 or 3 people. I want everyone to be on that same page. So make sure you guys show up to these classes, plug yourself in, and utilize us. We are here to hold your hand. We are here to make sure that you guys can do what we do. Otherwise, there's no point in doing what we're doing because we want to give back. We don't have to do this, guys. I could easily make 20, 30K a month in crypto, barely doing anything, right? But we want to be able for you guys to do those things, right? So we're not an MLM, but this is no longer about recruiting and getting a bunch of people. We haven't marketed. We haven't tried to bring anyone in the company because we want to make sure that everything is up to standard. We want to make sure that this whole thing, all this advanced content is added. You know what I mean? So just to give you guys a little insight, but yeah, make sure you guys plug in, man. And yeah, Frank, it's serious. 75 to 80K, 300 to $3,000 profit, and then 30K. Like, I mean, that right there's 100. That's 100 grand in 2 callouts, guys. It's 100 grand in 2 callouts from $75 plus. So under $400 could have netted you over 100,000. All right. And the thing is, like, yeah, we'll have some that don't pan out. We'll have some that take some time. But even if it was 2 or 3 calls a year that got you over 100 grand, that's 100 grand, right? So yeah, you might have to take 3 to 5 a week, and you have some here that are up and down. You might, make a 2x here and pull out some money. You might lose a little here, but you're over time, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, which is typically the range of having such a small amount go explode, then, it's worth it. Even if it takes a year or 2, you invest $20 and it turns into 20 grand. You know what I mean? All you got to do is simply just learn how to press a couple buttons. Judy, any ideas on Feg and Rocks? They're tanking. I mean, that's just really the market. If you look at, go to CoinMarketCap or not. CoinMarketCap. So let's look at this column right here, 7 days. So this is the top cryptocurrencies, the top 100. Look how few greens we have. And they're low, right? 12%, 1%, 3%, 12%, 12%, 2%. Right? So Fed is not going to be up right now. All of this is tanking. The whole market is tanking, right? But it doesn't matter with our strategy because we're getting in projects that are just starting. So now that you've seen this, let's show you recently added. Now on recently added, you have 110% increase, 18% increase, 8%, 44%, 35%, 667%, 66%, 19%, 100%. What the heck is what? I'm not even gonna say the name of this coin because that is atrocious.
Obama, Sonic.
What in the world? I would never ever touch this with a 10-foot pole. Ever.
600%. That's crazy.
All right, so let's look at it. Right now, this is only when it gets onto CoinMarketCap, right? So let's look at this. There's no way this thing is 10 million. Get out of here. Sorry, guys, but all right. So let's just say this is in a down market, right? Well, actually, this is for at least the last 7 days. For at least the last 7 days, guys. Can I change 7 days? Can I do it longer? But here, if you guys want to see like different categories, you can see DAO. I think you can see DAOs in here, metaverse. Yeah, DAOs right here, yield farming. So you guys can search that on the side.
We may need to get in the Harry Potter.
Right, Harry Potter, and oh my god, like I'm so confused. Wait, why is it not doing 30%? 30%. Or 30 days. Here we go. All right, so if we look at 30 days here, right? Even 30 days is showing that it is a lot of the market's down, right? So if we look at this chart again, guys, this is the daily chart. So each one of these candles represents 24 hours of period, right? So in the last 30 days, this thing has been down, and now, boom, this thing takes off. Just for some reason, someone likes the name or something, I don't know. But it takes off, and this is in a down market. But even so, this is less than 30 days old, right? Or right around 30 days, because this is November 8th. Even on this day, as Bitcoin and all these major ones are crashing, what happens here? This is the first day. It really didn't do much on the first day, right? Like if you were an investor, you're like, ah, man, this thing didn't really take off. I wish it took off. And then the next day, you're like, oh, snap. Okay, Harry Potter and you, Sonic, Soldier Boy, like whatever, right? You're like, okay. And then it just starts taking off. And you're like, what? Right? So this is, even in a down market, this is pushing up. And it did, let's see what it did. All right, so it goes from 11 to 1100, almost 100x, guys. Maybe we should have bought this. Maybe I'm just like missing what this. I don't even know what that means. Harry Potter. All right, but yeah, this is 100x. So if you had put in $100, you'd be sitting on 10 grand, and this would happen in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 days. That's obviously if you got it in the beginning and at the top, but if not, maybe 50x. If you put in $100, you'd be sitting on 5 grand, or even 30. You put in $100, you'd be sitting on 3 grand in 4 days. Right? So it doesn't matter whether the market's up or down or anything. And the same thing with FEG. FEG is going to have its day. FEG is looking to change things. Very similar to companies, right? Like companies that come out with new technology like Apple, right? Remember when the iPhone came out? All that craziness? Price, the stock price didn't necessarily shoot up right away, right? It did. But as it started to take over, right? Everyone started having iPhones and smartphones and everything. And then that's when you started seeing, oh, wow, this thing is taking off. Why? Because people are seeing the practical use in it. They have it in their hand. They're on the bus. They're at work. They're their family members, and they're seeing this iPhone, and they're seeing how engaged this person is in their iPhone and all these features that their phone is doing. And they're like, what? So they have to get it themselves. The same thing with Feg. Feg can see, like, a company can say, hey, this is what we're doing, but it's really about when it shows what it's doing, when it starts taking off. So Feg is still having to implement things, right? They have FegX up. They have Smart DeFi, but the Smart DeFi token, the only one that's out right now is Rocks. The first one that's supposed to be released is going to be on our calendar. So if you're a member, you guys are going to hear about that, and you better invest in it. As these things start to be implemented and actually put to market, put to test, that's when you're going to see a lot more of positive price pressure in these projects, because now we're saying, hey, this has a practical use case. You know what I mean? This is actually working. So then you're going to start getting that flood of people, and over time, it's just going to explode. You know, like if we were to... What's that?
Hodl for dear life, right?
Yep, hodl for dear life. Let's look at Luna. This is something that if you guys knew, we called out that there was a DeFi convention. Brian actually found it, and we were on it. It was on YouTube. It was like a 3 or 4 day event, and they talked about Terra back when it was about $3. It's $62 right now. Okay, so let's look at this chart. So same thing. Like if you're looking at, let's look at all, right? So back in 2019, it was out, right? So imagine, Judy, you had got in and it's like $1.20 and it's like 70 cents, 40 cents. You're like, man, this thing is tanking. This thing is tanking. Like, I might as well just sell it, right? You might maybe have like, 100,000 shares, because it's like, like 20 cents, 30 cents around here. So maybe you have like 100,000 shares or 10,000 shares, right? And then it goes up some. Goes up to $6 and then goes up to 18. You're, oh man, you might have took some profit, and then boom, it crashes, right? That's kind of what Feg did. It went up and then kind of crashed, right? It went down to $6. But if you bought it at 20, 30 cents, would you care if it's at $6? No, you better hold it, because it's way higher than what you bought it for. Same thing with Feg. A lot of us bought it a lot lower than what it is, and then now it's at $60. Its peak was at $75. Right, so this is a good timeline here for you. This is 2 years. This thing took a long time to come to life, so it might take some time for Feg, but best believe Feg is going to do numbers. FEG will do numbers. Yeah, it was like right around here. It was in July, so it was like $5 to $6 when we were reading about it, and then now it's about 10 times that. So to answer Feg, you got to give time for implementation, people to see things in action. Like they've had talks with Mark Cuban. If Mark Cuban comes on board with FEG and actually backs it, or not even backs it, but says that he's investing in it, do you know how much money? Like, that's easily a couple $1 billion, not just from him. I don't think he's going to take 1 billion and put it in. He might put 100 million or 10, 30 million, whatever. But that other people, now that he's co-signed it, will flock in like that. You know what I mean? That's why so many people want to get celebrities and stuff into their coins, because whoever follows those celebrities, if they're diehard, they're going to follow what those celebrities are doing and take their advice. So yeah, Feg is, let's go to the website real quick. This website, it still needs to be updated. This is not how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like, let's see if I can find it. Let's go here. Egg. Where the hell is that? Huh? Did they change the Feg chat? I don't know. Let's see if I can find it real quick. No. So I think this is one of the frames, but there's another one that looks really good, but I guess it's not on here. But they're supposed to be updating it was the point I was making. Like this is supposed to look like Dex tools. Yeah, it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to have a lot more information on it, look really clear, clean, Web3 3.0. Whereas when you look at this, is underwhelming. You know what I mean? So I'll see if one of these other ones have. So they're going to be updating this. So you see how this looks like Web3? It's really crisp and clean. Let's go ETH. So everything is going to be updated. They hired a bunch of developers, but they have a lot in their ecosystem. You know, they're doing wallets, they're doing charts, they're doing smart DeFi, they're doing bridges, they're doing staking. You know what I mean? So it takes some time to implement things on Feg, but you know it'll happen. There's one thing that I'm almost certain on. It's that Feg will be a household crypto name in the future. What was that?
Oh no, for staking, well no, let me go back. The DeFi. Should we have a DeFi wallet?
Define what you mean by a DeFi wallet.
Okay, on the app, I can't remember if it was crypto or
Are you saying like crypto.com or Coinbase or something like that?
yeah, it's a DeFi wallet. I can't remember which one.
It's from crypto.com. I know what you're talking about. So it's just a wallet that they have. But I mean, honestly, if you think about what DeFi is decentralized finance, and crypto.com, Coinbase, those are centralized exchanges. People, you know what I mean? They own them. That's how they're doing partnerships with UFC and all that. That's not us as you know, token holders or investors making decisions. That's a centralized type of thing, which is still good. You know, it's still fine. But DeFi, in its sense, is it's decentralized. No one controls it. No one can change it. That would be Trust Wallet. That would be MetaMask. That would be Safemoon. So if you already have MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you have a DeFi wallet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding over 1 trillion as well. I have 1.5, man. I can't wait to see it because when I had it before, that 1 trillion tokens was worth by itself like 60 grand, and I had only put in about $800. So yeah, I can't wait for it to go past its all-time high as well, Jason. Cannot wait.
So we should be staking our FEG.
Oh yeah, I'm staking mine. Yep.
So in order to stake it, what do on there?
So you'll go to fegx.com. You'll have to connect your wallet that has the Feg in it. And then you'll select, I don't think I have any Feg on this wallet. How's it not connecting? Alright, so let me buy some Feg real quick. Alright, so there, I got some Feg. Stake. So I believe you go to V2. V1 is like old. So version 1, version 2. So we want to go to V2. And then we're going to click select. So let me just redo this real quick, just slower. So we have FEG, right? We've connected our wallet. We're going to go on fegx.com. We're going to go to the stake feature and click select. We'll click Feg V2 and then click select. And then it asks us how much we want to stake. So I can go max. It's going to give us our total, activate stake. Activation of FedEx costs 0.02 BNB, which is automatically refunded to your wallet in the form of try. I don't know if I have 0.02 BNB. Yeah, okay, I do. So then this is going to happen. So what you'll do is you'll click confirm, because you're going to have to pay that gas fee plus the transaction amount. So I'm going to click confirm. And we're just waiting on that. So that activation should be good. And I'm going to click deposit. So now the transaction fee. So you're giving permission to access your FEG. So you're giving permission. Be careful when you do these type of things. Make sure you trust the project that you're doing. I definitely would have 1,000,000% trust for FEG, but don't just be doing this with, you know, thousands of dollars in your wallet. If you ever have a question, if you're ever like, hey, should I do this? Don't do it. Hit up one of the DeFi defenders. Put it in the chat. Don't lose all your money, guys. All right. We'll click confirm. So now we're waiting for allowance pending.
And so with this, is it the same, like say on crypto doing Crow, you have to stake it for a period of time? Or?
Nope. A lot of the things that are not on the centralized ones, very similar to Jade, I can unstake at any time. The only thing is you pay, like, sometimes you pay like a penalty or fee, or, you know, something. You have to pay something for unstaking. Not crazy though, you know, sometimes just the gas or something. But you can see here that I have currently staked this much.
So it's not as crazy as the Ethereum fees, right?
Oh God, no.
I hate Ethereum.
I do too. It's awful.
Yeah, pay $200-300 in just fees. It's crazy. But yeah, that's how you stake it.
They're smoking crack.
That's funny. So one thing I want to point out too, and this is why I believe, like, it's the little things that make the difference with FEG, right? I mean, they have some big things as well, but the little things, for instance, is that you're staking FEG. So when you stake it, an asset, right? You're staking FEG. You typically will receive FEG, right, for staking it. If you stake Crow, you're going to receive Crow. If you stake USDT, you receive USDT. With FEG, you're getting your FEG. You're getting reflection in FEG, so you're getting that. But you're also getting rewards in BNB, USDT, and also Bitcoin. So you're getting rewards from 3 different types of assets, plus the assets you're staking.
Okay.
So you're getting multiple rewards. So as time goes, as liquidity gets bumped in and a lot more investors come, these things are going to go. If you're in the beginning, obviously, when people are, you know, fearful and have doubt, you know, and are selling, and we're just sitting there holding, when this thing starts skyrocketing and taking off, we could have $10,000 in just rewards. You know what I mean? Just some rewards just by holding. Not to mention
Now, I heard you mention liquidity. We don't have to worry about that.
No, what I mean by liquidity getting injected is investors. So when investors come in, they add liquidity to the project.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you don't have to do anything. This is why I like staking compared to farming, because farming, you have to go through those processes. You have to pair it up and create LPs and stuff like that. And, you know, we have some people that specialize in it. It's just not my thing. Staking is just very simple. You guys just saw me do it here. You just simply put it in, you pay the transaction fees, you just have to click a couple buttons, and then now you are, you know, you're receiving your you'll start receiving your rewards. So you can claim your rewards here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead on and stake my FEG.
There you go. And then you could just withdraw. So it's the same thing. If I wanted to withdraw, I'd go here, and then I have to just pay the little transaction fee of 20 cents. So that's pretty much it. Very simple. Definitely stake it. If you're holding something, it's like, if you're gonna hold something long term and it has the possibility of staking it, then it only makes sense to do it, because let's say if you're holding let's say, let me use the example of EarnHub, right? EarnHub, they introduced staking later, but let's say I invested at 300, right? And then I pulled out $3,000. During that period, I would have made, you know, maybe $30, $50, $100 extra just by staking it, just by having it there. Why not make an extra $30, $50, $100, right? I already pulled out the 3K. But now, from when it went from there to $30,000, I could have made an extra $3, $4, $5 grand. I could use that to go on vacation. I could use that to have a better Christmas this year. I could use that to do whatever, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you're gonna hold it long term anyways, there's no sense. Like let's say for SHIB, right? Everyone knows SHIB. SHIB is the most popular thing that's recent, right? If you put $100 in January, you became a millionaire, right? Everyone knows that. Everyone's like, oh, I should have did that. Now imagine you put $100 in, end result's going to be $1 million. If you had staked that $100 into a million, maybe you had 1.2 million by that time. You know what I mean? Because you're staking throughout that whole period, you're getting rewarded for holding it there. Just like when you put your money in a savings account, when you do it, the bank can actually access your funds, use it to trade, and they return it to your account, right? It never really leaves your account because if you check it, it's there, right? The numbers are there, and if you pull it out, whatever, it's there. But they can actually use your money in a larger pool to trade, make money, and then put it back in. And that's why they give you 0.5% to 1% a year. Whereas crypto is putting that back into the power of the people, and they're giving you massive, massive rewards, 10% a year. You know what I mean? 20% or whatever, even much, much higher. So if you're going to hold something for long term anyways, and you have a long term vision on it, instead of, putting $100 in and only making that million, why not make 1.2, 1.3 million by having it staked?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you stake it on some of these apps, you have to lock it up for a certain period of time. If you're fine with that, then that's fine. Like, I personally am not looking to really rummage through my crypto savings stuff. If I put something in USDT, it's probably, just sitting there anyways. And while it's sitting there, I might as well just have it make some money, and then I'll use it to invest in a project, making one. If you guys have $100,000 in a stable coin, and you're making 12% per year on your money, you'll make $12,000 a year just by holding it in there. So every month you'll make $1,000 just by having your money staked, right? So, I mean, it's just having your money there, the same thing as you would do sitting in a bank account. If you're not touching it, you're not using it, it's gonna make you money. So, I recommend it to everybody. So how much will you be a save stake? How much will be a save stake of FEG of 1 trillion? A save stake? You mean like how much is safe to stake of FEG? I have all of mine staked, bro. All of mine. Every single bit of my FEG staked. There's no risk with it. There's no risk with staking it because the price is going to go up, down, and then eventually through the roof to an all-time high. All it's doing is holding it there for you. And then once you're ready to take it out, you want to pull some out, you simply go here and you can withdraw. You can withdraw all of it. Or let's say I want to pull out a portion. I want to pull out, maybe in the future, 10,000 FEG is worth, $1,000 or something. And I just want to withdraw that little bit. So you can withdraw a little bit and then, it'll still make returns on the rest of the money, rest of the assets that you have staked in there.
So you basically get it back after you removed it?
Yeah, you could do it immediately. If I wanted to remove this right now, I could.
Right.
Yeah, not all of them have a lockup period. If it does, it'll tell you. Let's look at or Crow.
180 days.
Okay, so here we go. Yeah, this one. Oh, damn picture. Okay, so here we go. All right, so you see here, so the more you lock it up, the higher percentage you'll get with some of these companies. So sometimes you may want to stake it longer because you'll get a higher percentage rate. So sometimes, let's say like FEG gave you a 2%. If you just, anytime you want to pull out 2%, but if you locked it up for 30 days or a month, you get double that, 4%. Or if you locked it up for 3 months, you would get 6%. So honestly, it's really you. It's like, hey, look, I have 10 grand here. I really don't need to touch it, this or that. Make sure even if there was an emergency to pop up that you have other access to funds, because once you lock it up, I think you can take it out, but you'll take a penalty hit, which, your goal was to make money with this, and you're not going to make money if you take that penalty. But yeah, so if it is some sort of lockup, you'll see like how long you have to have it actually locked up for. But as you saw when I did FEG right there is no lockup at all. I could withdraw immediately. So, if something pops up, if it goes through the roof and you're like, oh man, I made 150 grand, you want to pull it all out, you just simply go here to withdraw. And then you pay your little 20 cents or $1 or whatever, and then you get your tokens back and you can sell them. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it there. We've been on for about 2 hours. I got some stuff to handle. I appreciate you guys. Much love. If you guys have any further questions or anything about what we talked about tonight, make sure you guys put it in the Telegram, and one of the DeFi defenders will get back with you ASAP. Make sure that we cover it. Appreciate y'all guys. Can't wait till you guys get into some of these crazy ones where you're turning 300 into 30 grand or 75 into 80 grand, or what I do with Docs was like 200 into 13,000. You know what I mean? So wow. You guys will get there. It's just about patience. Not every single call is an absolute winner. Sometimes they take time. Sometimes, there's unfortunate people who rug projects and stuff. So we got to take that law of average. So make sure you guys plug into the e-course. Look at the risk to reward, risk management, stuff like that. There's a reason why we have this, because it's taking all of our knowledge, collective knowledge, together, and to help you guys succeed like we do.
Sure.
All right. I appreciate it, man. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See, don't forget, guys, starting Monday, for those of you who are members, is it starting, the boot camp starting Monday, Ceez?
Yes.
Boot camp starting Monday for Zoid strategy, guys. So,
Front seat.
Yep. Yeah, so a little bit on that. That's going to be, so the 3 days, the first day is going to be the preparation day. Going all over the concepts, making sure everyone that's on understands each one of the concepts that goes into Zoid. And then of course after that, we're going to teach you the actual Zoid strategy from start to finish. The second day is going to be about implementing it, and then the third day is going to be all about back testing and front testing.
how long? Somebody did ask me how long the classes were going to be.
I would say about 2 to 3 hours. It really depends on the questions, because I want to make sure everyone gets their questions answered. That's the thing that that we pride ourselves on is, we're not going to hop on here, teach you guys something, and if you guys have questions, kind of only answer a few. We want to make sure we answer all of the questions. We want to make sure they're in depth, and that once you get off of this call, you don't have any question. You're not confused. You're like, well, yeah, I kind of get it. No, I'm going to drill it into your head until you're like, okay, Caesar, I get it. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So about 2 to 3 hours a class.
And then going forward, guys, all classes, everything, we'll be able to freely talk about Zoid.
Yes. On our live sessions, everything.
It will be included in your monthly tuition now.
Correct. So
What time
that
I'm talking about?
what's up?
What time we on for my what time?
Time that we're still figuring that out right now, but it's probably going to be anywhere from about 7 to 8 Eastern, starting maybe around there.
Yeah, well,
we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move around other classes for that period. So
yeah. So what we'll do, guys? Yeah. So if you want Caesar, if you want to do it next time, we'll just move. We'll just do it the first 3 days. We'll just do Zoid.
yeah, exactly. So we'll have a schedule out for you guys. What's today? Friday. So we'll have a schedule in the next day or two. We'll have a schedule out for you guys so you guys can plan for it.
Yeah, it'll be. We always release the schedule, guys, by like Sunday night or first thing Monday morning. So it'll be on that schedule.
Yep. All right. So we'll holler at you guys. Appreciate you guys. And
also, Caesar, really quick, I'm also going to try and launch the mobile apps by Monday as well, guys. Fingers crossed, but hopefully the mobile app should be good to launch, download from all platforms. I just got to see how long it takes for them to get it onto the platform. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all later.
Thanks.
No problem. Love
Troy,
y'all.
you're good? You can get into the back office now, Troy?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome.
Take care, guys.
Oh, and I also didn't bring up, and I think Julie, I think you had some one-on-one time. So if you have one-on-one time, guys, unfortunately, I wanted to do that this week, but I had too much personal stuff going on. But we can start scheduling that. We're also going to have a feature to where you guys can purchase one-on-one time with your favorite educator. But for those who already have it for free from when we started and we gave it out, make sure you reach out to us, and we'll get you on the schedule to get your one-on-one time taken care of.
Let us know which educator you want it with, your favorite DX educator, and we'll make it happen.
Yep. Yay. All right, guys. Love y'all.
All right, fam.
All right.
Later.
Later.
Later, guys.
Okay.